Hey there, it's Cheryl. You know, there's a couple of things I have been noticing lately. One is that a lot of people seem to have a lot of wants and desires right now, especially this time of year. And I've also noticed that sometimes people have these wants and desires, whether it has to do with educational pursuit or something with work or becoming more fit. I've also noticed over the years that some people are successful and they achieve what they want to, and some people don't. And I'm wondering if this has happened to you. And I'm always very curious why some people achieve these things and some people don't. And I think, especially based on the research, that when we are our best and we're achieving things that are important to us, we tend to be proud and happy. And that's what I want for you. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my story. You know, for many, many years, very early in my career, it was a struggle and it was very difficult. And it wasn't until I started to practice what I preach and I started working, you know, with world-class athletes and actually applying those principles to myself that my business started to grow. Same thing with my son. If you're familiar with Ryan's story, he is now a sophomore on the tennis team at Berkeley. He is very tiny and small, and for many, many years, 7 years, he practiced for this pursuit. A lot of people told him that it was not possible, but he believed, and it was so important to him, and he was mentally tough. So whether it's my story personally, and again, I take what I'm talking about extremely seriously because I've seen how it impacts me, my business, my family, and also the people, the many people that I work with, the young people that I work with, but also the women in leadership, people in corporate. So I take this very seriously. And when I make these observations, they are real. So what I'm asking you is there something that you want to achieve, and why is it important to you? Now, I want to honor you for all of the amazing things that you have done so far. I imagine that you could teach me a thing or two in the many different pursuits that all of you amazing people out there are doing. So I completely honor you for that. I also honor you for taking a few minutes to learn and grow in something different. Now, here's another question that I want to pose to you, and that is, in the coming year, in the new year, do you want to be considered in a new endeavor? Do you want to be considered a quitter? And I say that with heartfelt empathy because I've been there before. When a couple decades ago when I started my business, it wasn't successful in the beginning because no one understood what mental toughness was. So I gave up a couple times early in my career and I felt like a quitter, and that is not a good feeling. So I'm asking you that with the greatest amount of empathy. So coming up in an endeavor that's important to you, do you want to be a quitter? Do you want to be a novice? Do you want to be proficient? Do you want to be world class? Or do you want to be a legend? You know, a lot of people don't strive to be a legend, but somewhere in between there is an amazing place to want to go. So I honor you for all of the amazing things that you've done, but I'm asking you what's important to you and why do you want to take it to the next level. Also, how could gaining a world-class mindset help you? A lot of times when people learn how to dream, plan, and achieve their best, the end result is being happier and proud. So I'm wondering if that is important to you. Now, if you've ever failed before, which if you're human, you probably have, but I want you to understand that typically it's not because people aren't capable and it's not because they don't have a work ethic. It's just because they don't have the mindset to persevere, especially in the face of challenges or setbacks. And also they don't know how to accelerate progress and practice as efficiently as possible. So I'm wondering if now is the time that maybe you need some help. If so, I'd like to talk. I'd like to just talk to you to understand what is important to you and why. I'd like to get to know you a little bit to understand that, because my mission for the upcoming year is to help influence 10,000 people to be mentally tough, and I'd like to start to understand what can help you. So I have a couple spots opening up for my one-on-one and group coaching, but that's an aside. We're not even talking about that right now. I just want to get to know you. What is important to you and why, and maybe how can I help? The second thing that be able to do is you're going to learn a little bit more about what mental toughness and what sustainable high performance is. So I'm inviting you just to have a phone call so I can learn a little bit about you, how I might be able to help, and also so I can give you some content and information that's going to help you even after this short time together learn and grow. So all you have to do is fill out the strategy session questionnaire. The link is below. The whole reason for this is I'm going to look this over and get back to you within 48 hours to see if you qualify for this meeting. It's just to make sure that it is a good fit and it's going to be a good way for you and me to spend our time together. I am so excited to get to learn about some of the amazing things that you want to accomplish in the coming year. Please go ahead, fill out your strategy session, and once you do, I will get back to you personally within 48 hours. So I look forward to you being amazing. Please fill that out. I look forward to being in touch.